GG's The Mouthful podcast is brought to you by goodgame.tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech.
But you know,
What's up, everyone? This is Arnaldo, aka Maddog, and this is going to be the real episode 114 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
114 confirmed for GG Mouthful podcast. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you so much.
It is Friday, unless you're listening to this on a Saturday, which more than likely you are, because that's when we release.
Exactly. So then it is Saturday and one day into the weekend.
Except for that person that is waiting for a commute to listen to the podcast, in which case, sorry about being stuck on traffic. Happy Monday and eyes on the road, and stop texting and looking at pretty girls on Instagram. Which exactly. I totally don't do.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds very specific. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, light is red, what you got to do.
Why not just look up Instagram? That voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister.
I tricked you. I am Shadow 24/7. That's how she sounds in my head. The complete opposite.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Luckily for you, to your right is Miss Shadow 24/7.
What?
Wait for it.
Where is she?
I don't know if you heard real quick. If you really, really listen, you can hear her yell GG all the way from Texas.
Yay!
Just kidding. Miss you, Shadow. She is still away on vacation. She is enjoying this freaking vacation. That's all I'm going to say.
And who wouldn't?
I
heard it's beautiful over there. Kind of hot. But still, it's better weather than what we're having.
Which is also kind of hot.
Yeah, which is hot, but with a lot of rain.
Anyway,
this is not the Weather Channel, so...
Yes. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If this is your first time tuning in, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. Also, go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. It takes you right to our Facebook group, and we got good people there. Lots of good people.
Yeah, they're all right. They're all right bunch.
I think so.
Yeah, they're cool people.
Yeah.
I like them.
So we're going to start the show with what we always start with, and that is what we have been up to. Mr. Santos, what has been going on?
It's actually not much. You know what? You start. I went for the last 2 times.
Okay, that's I can do that.
I'm gonna take a stand here, and I'm gonna be
through this shit
because I don't have
You're
gonna
go.
You're gonna go.
All right, fair enough. I have still, as far as games go, I am still knee deep in some. Oh my god, forgot the name. Mankind Divided.
Oh, Deus Ex?
Deus Ex, thank you.
You're playing the latest one, not the
most recent one, yes.
That's right, yeah.
I'm still playing that. I'm enjoying it. It is...
Man, that Cyberpunk... That Cyberpunk hit you. Yeah, that bug hit you hard.
You think that's bad? Check out the screen on my phone, sir.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
You know what the funny thing is? The other day, I was going to send you... by the way, you have to describe what that is.
Real quick. Honestly, it looks like... what's her name? Tracer.
Oh, it looks like Tracer from...
But it's not Tracer. It's a woman wearing sunglasses, and this is obviously an image from... It's a capture of an image from the Cyberpunk trailer. Cyberpunk 2077 trailer.
Yeah.
And, God, I can't wait for that.
I was listening to another podcast, and... There was a guy saying exactly the same word. It's like, man, I've been just scrounging for anything Cyberpunk related, and he mentioned also I installed Shadowrun. I've been playing Shadowrun, the last one, because they have like 3 separate.
Who is this?
2 separate chapters. Yeah,
I don't want to mention any of the podcasts, but
it's a it's a guy from Giant Podcast. I forgot who he was. I want to say may have been Ben, but I don't know their names. Okay. Anyway. Thing is it's like ever since this release, there has been like a resurgence of
Cyberpunk. Yes, sir.
Cyberpunk.
I can't wait. Mike, I just finished, which I guess I can talk about real quick because I didn't mention this at all. But So yes, I'm still playing Deus Ex. I'm still somewhere in the middle. It's enjoyable. The only one thing that I have with the game is this. The story is, I don't want to say forgettable, but not grabbing me.
Right.
And I think it's because of what they're focusing on. Like stories that grab me are personal stories. You know, when it's a personal thing to a person, whatever it is, personal thing to a person. That's like
anyway. The redundancy department of redundancy department.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so that's my main issue with it so far. I don't know if it'll get better. We'll see. Hopefully, it does.
I kind of like the idea where they were coming, at least with the first one. I don't know much about the second one, but the first Deus Ex of the newer rebooted Deus Ex was that fight with the corporation handling the cyber parts, the augments that people will be getting, and so people suddenly finding themselves
chopped,
reject it, like their bodies will reject the augments, so suddenly they'll be feeling sick. You can undo that. And how there was some sort of thing going with a pharmaceutical company, I think.
Yeah.
You know, selling.
Well, I mean, it went loose. That's what I'm saying. Even the 12-minute thing, while the 12-minute intro, which kind of explains the prior part, which was Deus Ex, not Mankind Divided, was it Human Revolution?
Human Revolution. Yeah.
So it had an intro on it, and it was 12 minutes long and everything. But even that, while I got I got the gist, what I clinged on to were the little personal things, because the big things in the end don't matter. What should matter are the little things to Jensen. You know what I mean? And right now it's like, I don't know. It has that I don't know. It has that thing where it's like I'm not connected with the story at all.
He never wanted this. That was his line.
Exactly.
He's still repeating the line. I never asked for this.
I mean, I guess slight spoilers here. I mean, it's not even that big of a spoiler, but there are new augments that he has. He doesn't know how he got them. You know.
Oh, great.
So a
firmware update.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he's hooked to the PSN, and it screwed him up basically. No, but he doesn't know how he got them, and he basically it's all about where do they come from? What can I do with these? And at the same time, following along with the other story, which honestly, right now, I couldn't even tell you what the fuck is going on. So
does it feel like a story tacked on to justify gaming elements?
Yes.
Oh,
that's my one and only issue. And I love and then other little things like, I can walk into someone's house or apartment. They can be in the apartment. I'm just sitting there going through their shit and logging into their computer and shit. They don't even react. I'm like,
are you kidding?
What the hell is going on?
Wait a minute, that's weird because
it is odd. Yeah,
I remember the first one. The first one wasn't, maybe it wasn't that level of open world or whatever. Not that I would call this an open world, but I do remember. Like, if I was messing up in a computer, like, let's say, at the office, at the police office headquarters, and I'll be messing with the computer, if I got caught, they'll start shooting.
Well, there is, see, there are elements like that. I'm in, there's a part where I'm in police station. I have to sneak into this one spot. So you have to sneak in and all this. And okay, I get it. How it's done, it's a little clunky, and it's like, okay, how does realistically this place all lit up? How do you not see me doing this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's weird things like that, but I'm still enjoying it because I'm loving the, the futuristic elements of it. And it also has sneaking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had to go into a crime scene and get some evidence, and you have the option, of course, sneaking in, knocking people out, or taking them out. And I'm like, I did a little bit of both. You know what I mean? I'm like, it depends. If there's 5 of you here, you're the first 2 are dead. I don't need you guys getting back up. The other 3, maybe I'll knock you out. You know what I mean? So that kind of scenario, which I've always enjoyed that anyway. So I think that's what has me continuing the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm playing that. And I saw a bunch of movies this week.
I saw that you saw a bunch of movies, yes.
A whole shitload of movies this week. First and foremost, I want to talk about a movie called Whiplash, which is freaking awesome. I don't know if you've seen it. It stars J.K. Simmons. He is a music director, and it stars a kid who wants to be the best drummer ever, and it's jazz music and all this. I don't know if you've ever seen this film or even heard of it. You know J.K. Simmons.
Isn't that the professor from?
Yeah, we are farmers.
Oh God, no.
So, not to mention, he played Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, he played Commissioner. Yeah, no, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
I do like him. Man.
He is an amazing actor, and this movie proves that shit immensely, dude. This guy is intense. The best part about the film, it basically asks, how do you, if you're a school and you're a professor, or in this case, he's a musical teacher, and you're trying to get the best out of your student, how do you do it? Do you nurture or do you push to the edge? And his immediate thing is, I'm going to push you to the edge. I'm going to make you mad. I'm going to make you, if you really want this, you will persevere through everything I throw at you, because that will make you a better person in the end. And of course, the question is that right or wrong? Because unfortunately, it does get wrong. I mean, let me tell you, there's elements of actual abuse. You know
Holy
what I'm
shit!
saying? So, and I don't mean like sexual abuse. I'm not going that far. I'm just saying that actual, moments where he's pushing, and of course he will ridicule in front of everybody else, and it's done in a, it's one of those where you get like really tense because you're like, oh, man, he fucked up, and you know that J.K. Simmons is gonna call him out on this. I don't remember his name in the movie, but it is a tense movie, but it is so good, and it has a great payoff, which is completely unexpected. You know what I mean? And it's 2014 came out, and I think it was one of the movies of the year that year. So definitely worth it. I just finally caught up with it, and if you haven't watched it, dude, you're missing out.
It's giving me some Goodwill Hunting vibes.
No. Because this guy, Robin Williams, wasn't. He knew. See, the deal with Will in the movie is that he was already being pushed to the edge because of his life and the things he had to do with growing up and all that. And Robin Williams was trying to bring him back, saying, "Dude, it's okay," and he was mentioning the abuse of his father. Spoilers for an old movie, the abuse of his father and all that. And that has that one really, really great scene. Did you see the movie?
Yeah,
that really great scene. Yeah. Where he's apologizing to Will for something that it's not his fault, but he doesn't understand. He's trying to tell him, it's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? And he goes, I know. I said, no.
Go.
You don't know. Yeah. It's okay. You haven't let go of it. That's the chip that you're still holding on to. So just like that type of, in the sense that it's that.
Because Robert Williams was not. Well, he was not abusive towards him.
No. And J.K. Simmons, there's parts of J.K. Simmons that there are moments you're going, fucking like, even though everything you've seen of him, you're like, you know what? I like this guy. I'm like, I'm okay with the method. You know what I mean? There's a method to the madness, and I have subscribed to it. So no, I that's a good movie if you haven't seen that.
I'm okay with him kicking his students' ass.
Well, it's not to that extent, obviously, because the school is a very reputable school. You know what I mean? So,
I was wondering why the hell people wouldn't be like, "Fuck this shit."
That's what it is.
I'm out.
They know that this school is what produced the the last few greatest jazz performers ever. So they're like, "No, I want to be the best. I'm here to be the best," and all that. And he's like, "Okay, well, in order for you to be the best, you got to persevere." You know what I mean?
Wow.
And he has a commanding presence. You know what I mean? When he enters like an area, you're like. Everybody tenses up in the movie, and you're tensing up with them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, shit. So, yes, highly recommend if you haven't already seen it.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider is another movie that I saw.
Oh, yes. The new one?
The new one, yeah.
All right. Talk to me.
So,
is this deserving, or is it deserving of being forgotten?
It is. How do you put this the nicest way?
So, God, if you have to fight the nicest way.
No, because here's the deal. I walked away from it fairly happy with my experience with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is not
like playing a solid 7 game.
Yes, a solid 7, maybe 6.5.
Wow.
Like a high 6.5. You know, like Destiny 1, vanilla Destiny.
So you're going to no expectations and whatever it is.
Exactly.
Wow.
So no. Seriously, it obviously it pulls a lot from the original Tomb Raider reboot that they did, where she is not the Lara Croft that you know. She is basically a student there and all that. So it has those elements. It spends a lot of time before she ever gets to said island. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, excuse me. I wasn't expecting that to be the case, but yeah, it spends a lot of time there. And again, it pulls little elements from it, but it is not the game. So the storyline, everything is, they just happen to be at an island. They are
just like the game.
Just like the game. There are Himito, I think it was the name of the Queen Himito, the Japanese princess or whoever who was locked away in the island, whatever.
Yeah.
That's still there. That element is still there.
That's still the first game.
Yeah. But you're not on a documentary. Basically, and this is not a spoiler. She's searching for her father, or rather, she wants to know what happened to her father. Which was not the case in the first game.
Oh, okay.
So it's
I don't remember.
No. She was in documentary. It was her.
Yeah. That's right.
And they were. Oh, we're going out here to do. And that one dude who was the freaking voice, the actor guy who was all real pretentious and shit.
Yeah.
Who was like, I'm gonna talk to them. Yeah, I have a way with the natives. You know what I mean? And then he gets his ass killed and shit. So, anyway, so it's not bad. It's not bad. It has good moments. Walter Goggins is in it. Which was really good. But overall, I can recommend it as a rental, as a Redbox, that type of thing. You will definitely enjoy it. There are good moments. It brings a moment back when she first takes somebody out. That same element that they did in the game, they brought into the thing. So. And it made sense, but just like the game, minutes later, she's taking people out. Well, I'm gonna say
like
total badass. Ninja. Yeah, so okay, whatever. Can you get mad of it if it was in the game anyway? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't remember. It was the first Tomb Raiders like that, or was this girl a total badass from the get go?
Lara, as in Tomb Raider,
as in the
very first 1990 whatever.
Yeah.
Oh no, she was badass.
She was a badass.
Remember, she was jumping around with guns and.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So she was always a
superhero, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So a rental.
Yeah.
I definitely suggest it as a rental. And then I saw. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because this is very old one. But it's called obscure maybe the Darkest Hour. Which is actually a movie that was nominated for Best Picture last year, but it's basically about Winston Churchill and what he did when the World War II was, how he stood up to say, no, we're going to fight against the Nazis. We're not going to negotiate, because at the time, Hitler was running through Europe like nothing, bro. He was just basically taking shit over.
Yeah.
And their troops, almost all their army, British's army, were in France and were stuck. If you've seen the movie Dunkirk, then you know how they were stuck. They were stuck. They were about to get annihilated, and that would have left all of London and Britain with no army.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a story. But the whole thing was how do the sacrifice he had to make, which he had to make very similar. If you remember watching Game of Thrones, there was a similar thing where the young wolf, what's his name? Robb Stark.
Robb Stark, yeah.
Robb Stark had to make a sacrifice of good men so that he can do something. So very similar thing like that happened, which is a shame. But anyway, so that's what it is, and it has it's what is his name? Jeez, hold on, I'll look it up right here. His name, Gary Oldman. I'm sure you know who Gary Oldman is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Gary Oldman plays Winston Churchill, and he's like damn near unrecognizable.
Yeah.
But he did a really good job. I'm not going to say it. It's a good movie, but it's it's a war movie. So if you're okay with it, I definitely recommend that. And then finally,
more
Annihilation.
Annihilation. Which one's that one?
Annihilation is a movie by a director you'll know. Well, maybe not by name, Alex Garland, but he did Ex Machina.
Oh, okay, yes.
So because he did Ex Machina, I was very excited for this film. All right, this stars Natalie Portman, also known as Padme.
I'm sure not what she would prefer.
Yeah. Also Oscar Isaac, who was also in Ex Machina. If you remember, he was the bald guy.
Okay.
And a couple of the people you'll probably recognize. Essentially, it plays out very similar to what's that other movie I was telling you about? The Arrival. or
Oh,
Arrival.
yeah, Arrival, yeah.
Very similar to
Arrival,
that. Some alien thing comes to Earth. They're investigating it. Her husband goes to investigate. He's missing. He comes back. Something's wrong with him. Somehow or another, she ends up getting into the mix of going into the what they call the shimmer, because like it's got this mist over the area. It is too crazy of a film. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of those.
Sense?
Well,
good crazy.
A few times, but most of the time, no. It's one of those films that I guess if you ever heard of a film that's a metaphoric film?
Yeah.
So something like that, but I guess it doesn't portray that in the trailer. So I was expecting more of Arrival when it's more of one of those things where what's happening isn't really what you're supposed to take from it. It's the metaphor behind it that's you're supposed to kind of follow. You know? So it's like
that's another movie that was sort of like that too. I mean, I'm not gonna remember names.
I can give you one. It's called Her. But go ahead.
Her. Yeah. But there's her. No, really? I took her at face value for what it was, and I was like,
hence the reason you didn't like it.
this is pretty garbage.
Well, you know what? Exactly the thing. I went into this at face value. Arrival. You go into it at face value, and you will get a great film out of that.
Actually, I was kind of thrown a little by Arrival. Arrival had a particular element that I was not expecting to have. It was surprising. It was cool, but it was not what I would expected of this reality, quote unquote.
Yeah.
You know.
So it is. Needless to say, I didn't really like it. There were good parts.
Yeah.
Overall, there was actually one part that if I was there. Like if that thing happened in real life, I would be haunted for the rest of my life because it was absolutely like just
demon children.
No, demon children.
not that level.
I'll tell you, it's called Nightmare Bear. How about that?
The Nightmare Bear.
The Nightmare Bear.
So it's a bear holding a shark. That would be pretty nightmarish.
That would be pretty nightmarish.
Yes.
No. I guess I could. I don't know if I'm not going to mention it, but I won't spoil it. But it's if you do watch the movie, it's just.
But does it make sense? Does it make sense in the sense of there is a logical continuation, even if at the end, this movie was not about that.
No.
Or is it just like random shit that's happening that you're like,
no,
what?
It's not random. It's not random stuff that's happening.
Okay.
There is an overall story plot, that goes through it, and then and there's a team of experts that go into the mist. This is like one of the. Let's put it this way: they've been sending teams in for 3 years. By the time you get to the movie, no one's come back.
Oh wow!
So the last team, and she's part of this last team, and she goes in to investigate. Of course. It's not really a spoiler to say she makes it back because in the trailer you can see her being interviewed and talking about what happened. So clearly she made it back. So it's not even a spoiler. Overall, though, she's explaining the events, and that kind of took away from it. It's like, well, it's like at the very beginning, I already know you made it back. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And that kind of takes away from it. And what happens is really, really odd. And again, it's a metaphor for certain things, and I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get the metaphor. I didn't know this is the film that I was going to see, and I wasn't ready for it. And because of that, I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
Essentially. So, but I'm done.
So Tomb Raider, you heard it here. Tomb Raider, better movie than Annihilation.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. But best movie overall, Whiplash, guys. Seriously.
Whiplash. Oh, okay.
And that is all I've been doing, sir.
All right. So I'm going to talk about movies first, just to get those out of the way.
Might as well. Keep it on the same topic.
I also saw Whiplash. It happens to
me. Nice.
Yes.
When did you see this? This week?
I saw it this week.
Get out of here. You serious?
I saw it this week. I was like, you know what?
Why are you playing along with me like this? I don't understand.
I wanted to surprise you.
What was the...
I wanted to show you that I pay attention. I saw you were speaking very highly about this movie. You were saying, I think you posted probably one of my favorite movies.
My new favorites.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, I gotta check this out. So I tell my wife, babe, we're watching a movie tonight. It's called Whiplash. And she's like, what the hell is Whiplash? And I'm like, let's sit down and watch it. And boy, I gotta tell you, You nailed it in the head when you said this movie has you tense. To me, it was a good tense because it was a different experience. I don't normally go. I don't watch movies to feel uncomfortable or that's just me. That's just my thing. You know. I don't like. Yes, I like suspense. Yes, I like. Even if it has elements of, I don't know. Let's say horror, for example. If I'm up to it, then yeah, I'm all completely fine with it. But I don't like to be caught off guard by movies that suddenly it's like, oh, wait a minute, they went there or whatever. This one was actually feeling like, oh man! Every time, again, and I wish you try to find his name. The actor that played. I mean, the professor he was playing. The actor.
Oh, okay, J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
His name on the thing was Fletcher.
Fletcher. That's right, Fletcher. Because he knew how to be nice. And he knew how to be like when he was, greeting a friend that he hasn't seen in a while, something like that. He'll be like completely normal, completely cool, Except as soon as he walks into that classroom, okay, cocksucker, it's right, and he'll be insulting in a way that you're like, whoa, how the hell nobody has just like got out of here? I mean, he'll be
the drive to be the best. That's and he knows that.
Yeah,
that's why he selects people, because he wants those people to remember how he did the selection too. And he's like, no, show me what you got, because you're probably here because you're cute. And then she starts it like for 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Never mind. Yeah, and I'm like, holy shit.
Even the parts where okay. Do and he will mention do this in D minor or whatever. The person will start 2 seconds. He will do He'll just with his fist. Yeah, will put his fist like stop. Okay, no, not you.
Yeah,
and he will start not you. And that was a great part. I had so much fun. It was so not funny because it was not funny at all, but it was kind of like, that's fucked up. Which was the part where he was trying to show the main student was
Andrew.
If he was dragging or if he was
if he was, oh God, was he going fast or going slow?
Going slow. And the way he was demonstrating it was like, hey, whoa, shit, that's, I mean, and we're just talking like this to not spoil it, spoil anything. It's not anything that,
like I said, from the trailers,
ridiculously, we're talking about physical abuse. Is basically what we're talking about, getting hit and slapped and shit like that. It's the norm in this school, apparently, from this professor.
It can definitely happen.
That said,
and the messed up part is the kids, or I'm not gonna call them kids because they were young adults. So the students. With them not wanting to be ridiculed or attacked in any way from him wasn't because of the feeling. It's because they wanted to excel. That was the whole deal. They don't want to do it because they know they're doing it right.
Yeah, right.
And that was really and in a way, you can look at it as brainwashing, to a certain extent. But at the same time, at the same time, you can see that it does push them to become better.
Yeah. Well, the fact that group stayed there even through like hours and hours and hours of practice, you get the feeling that, okay, he chose the best of the best. Yeah. These are the people that are willing to be put through all this crap because they want, just like you said, they want to have that, that drive. And dude, it was so good that I found I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoyed it in a way that because I typically don't go for those type of movies, and not that I don't go directly towards them.
Yeah.
Out of my way to watch them, but when I see them, I get surprised in a good way. It's like, okay, this is awesome. I think, even the most recent example, which again people are gonna be like yelling at it, like I can't believe, but it's me, guys. You should know by now. I don't watch films, so the Shawshank Redemption.
I have
never seen it until last year, And like immediately like, oh, okay, this is why this is probably the best movie of all times, in my book. This movie was too great. And there were so many times that like I knew sort of what it was about, but it never attracted me enough to watch it, until the one time that I was like, okay, I think it's free on Prime, we can watch it, we can see it. So I had the similar experience for with this one, except that I just wanted to. Well, first of all, I wanted to talk about something that you've seen, so I can at least have a common ground. If I knew you would have watched Tomb Raider, no. You mentioned that it was like really, really good, and I think someone actually made mention, or I read, or somewhere they mentioned Good Will Hunting, and that's why I started with. I really like Good Will Hunting, so let me try this out to see what it is. It's a R-rated film, and
for good reasons.
For good reason. Well, when you hear R-rated films, you immediately think, oh, this is gonna be like super violent, super sexual. So none of that at all.
No,
it's actually
it is just plain vulgar.
The vulgar it plays it's very deep, and sometimes I felt like feeling bad for Andrew. Sometimes I was feeling like you're an asshole, dude, and you're turning into Fletcher.
Yeah,
and then sometimes I also felt like, man, that Fletcher is all right. And sometimes I'll be like, this motherfucker,
Fletcher,
this fucking gotta get what he deserves, and yada yada yada. Anyway, I can't speak highly. I really liked it. My wife did not like that movie, and she didn't hate it. It was just she felt way too uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Way too uncomfortable. In some and it was like, babe, almost that squirming feeling of, oh man, you fucked up. So now you gotta hear it. It's you don't want to fuck up in front of this professor. You know
exactly. Exactly. Think about that for a second. When you have to perform, either. I mean, I've been in band when I was back in high school.
Oh,
so I know.
I did not know that.
I was the trombone player.
Trombone. Holy shit! We're finding more about Maddog.
Trombonist. The trombonist. Yes. That sounds bad, but anyway,
I don't know if that's the right way of saying it.
But no, I understand the anxiety,
the pressure,
to perform. Yeah. But clearly, I was doing it because
performance anxiety.
Huh?
When you were playing the trombone, you suffered performance anxiety.
No,
that's what you just said.
No, I mean,
it's recorded.
The anxiety of you don't want to be the one who's screwing up the sound.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The beauty is that in high school, it's easy to get blurred out with everybody else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, clearly,
everybody sounds like like you're stroking a cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Skinning a cat. Yeah.
But realistic. But I understand that. But I can definitely see. But if you look at that, if you look at the fact that, let's say that's what you want to do. I mean, think of the one thing you want to do, and you're in the place where if you leave from here, you are the best or one of the best at this.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, that's the professor that you have. You have to impress this person.
Yeah.
So because this is a love that you have, that you definitely want to be the one doing this.
Yeah.
You know that I have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And not only have to deal with it, people deal with it. It's not like he's he just came to the school. You know what I mean? He's been there forever. Everybody knows him. You know what I mean? So obviously everyone has dealt with this and gone on to do good things. So this is a what do you call it? Trial by fire. Essentially is what
pretty much.
You know what I
mean?
Yes. But I can also understand it turning people off. So I can understand why she wouldn't be into it, because it'd be like, no, screw this guy, because I would walk the hell out. You know what I mean? It's like,
or punch him back,
or punch him back.
Exactly. Whatever.
Exactly.
So definitely, if you get the chance, it's a good movie to put there. Know what to expect. Another movie that I saw, and this one, I went with no expectations because I had no interest in the subject matter. It was more the likes of, my dad really wanted to see this movie, and my wife also. Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom.
Okay.
Fallen Kingdom, yes. I don't know if by whatever standards, if you're if you that are listening, you're a high Jurassic Park fan, but this movie is no bueno.
Yeah.
This movie is no, man. It's not trash. I'm not saying that. It's just saying like when you're watching a movie where you have dinosaurs in our current world, you know, and there's still shit that happens on it where you go, well, this makes no sense. You know you have a problem.
Yeah.
You know you have a problem.
Something's wrong.
The movie about the dinosaurs in this century doesn't make any sense. But no, man, it was just like it was cool. My wife was telling me that she enjoyed the fact that as opposed to other movies, I stopped watching. I think I saw the first one, maybe the second one. I don't even remember. But is there another movie where they are no longer in the park? They're no longer in,
in the island? Yes.
In the island.
Jurassic World 2, but it's only at the end. Jurassic World 2 is when they go back to the island. I'm trying to remember why. Oh, so Ian, which is Jeff Goldblum, he goes back to go get his girlfriend because he's like, what the hell are you doing here? You already know because, you know, the events of part one. You know, you're like, why are you here? So he goes there.
I think this is the one.
Yeah, he goes there with it, and then they end up capturing a T-Rex and taking the T-Rex back to the States because somebody thought that was a good idea.
Of course, yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
always one.
So,
it's a lot worse here.
Oh, I'm sure
It's a lot worse. Like,
I'm sure.
Okay, you thought this was a good idea.
Yeah, when I saw the trailer and it said we have to go back and save the dinosaurs, it's like, why the hell do you need to save the dinosaurs?
Let's start with the fact. Spoiler free because it's in the freaking trailer. Let's start with the fact that there is a group. It's like a PETA, basically. You know, like the association.
Okay. Like a group. Yeah, okay.
I don't know what PETA stands for, but you know, pain in the ass. I don't know. That their sole mission is to save this species. You know, this dinosaurs, which have in many movies back have caused countless problems, countless issues, but somehow that's not. Dude, when you see the ending of this film, that's really when you go like, what the fuck? Like it is completely nonsensical. Like, why is this even? You know, I can't say because it's a new movie.
No, yeah, you don't.
But
that's the end too. You wouldn't want to spoil the ending.
No, exactly. Also, the movie has what is, I guess, meant to be a reveal, but it falls so flat, really, and it goes nowhere with it, except for maybe if you stretch your thought a little bit, justify the events of the end, basically.
Okay.
You know, it is. I mean, it is kind of monotonous. I don't like the characters on it. I'm talking about the
main stars. The main characters.
Yeah. I don't like.
Did you see? You didn't see the last one. The one before.
No. That one.
I as much as you're not going to do this, because especially
I heard that the previous one was better.
I saw the preview. First of all, I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan. Yeah. I love Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Love them to death. I am a huge apologist for part 2. Yeah, you know, I get it.
Let's see if you can apologize about this one.
I understand its faults, but I still love it because it stars Jeff Goldblum, and I fucking love Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. It's just that simple. But so at 1, 2, and 3, I enjoyed them. As far as the most recent one, Jurassic World, I thought it was okay. A lot of people were coming back going, oh man, it's back. You know, Jurassic World is, you know, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I watch it and I'm going, no, this is not good. This is still stupid. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't know what people were interested in and all, but it's okay. It was okay. The other one okay, but obviously it's the same two characters from here. The what's his name? Star-Lord, who plays Star-Lord.
Yeah, the guy that plays Star-Lord, Chris Pratt. He was Chris Pratt. Yeah, he was okay. The lady though,
She was in Spider-Man 3.
oh, she was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the little
That's
one.
Spider-Man
Yeah, I did
3.
not like her.
She is oh God, what is his name?
I knew her name. I even knew her name, and because I looked her up just to find the name.
Yeah, so she go ahead. You were saying she sucks.
No, it was kind of a little bit, but maybe not her fault. Maybe just what she was given to work, with. But I did not buy her character.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
That's her name. Yeah, she's
which is
very
Ron
pretty.
Howard's daughter.
Ron Howard's daughter.
Never mind. You don't know who Ron Howard is. Like, I don't know where to start there if you don't know who Ron Howard is.
I went with Ron Jeremy right in my head, and I got like,
wow.
whoa.
No. Ron Howard, the director of Apollo 13.
Yes, okay, there you go.
He was back in the day. Remember Happy Days?
Yes.
What was the main kid?
I thought you were gonna say Fonzie.
Not Fonzie. The main kid.
I don't remember.
He was the main kid basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one who always sang, "I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill." Anyway, I'm aging myself here. Never mind.
I don't know. Monday, Tuesday, happy day.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's, I can give you that.
Anyway,
so her character. I don't think. I mean, it's not like she's a bad actress or anything like that. It's just that what she was given to work with was not believable. Kind of like, dude, she almost reminded me of an android. I thought that was gonna be well, spoiler alert, she's not an android. But it almost like, I don't know if it's facial features or the quality or the delivery of her lines. And in any case, the chemistry between them was not like anything special.
It wasn't like that.
But it wasn't like that in the first one. So it's like, okay, so you're trying. Is this supposed to be like a romance? Because
They had a blooming romance in the first one. By the end, spoilers here. By the end, it appears as if they're going to be together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I know this takes place 5 years later or something like that, and apparently that relationship was snuffed out somewhere in there. You know what I mean? So like, and I know this from the trailer, dude. One of the reasons I didn't want to watch the movies, I saw the very last trailer, and I was like, yep. I already know exactly what happens.
It is pretty much what you're imagining. Yeah. Except that it might go to a place so ridiculous that you're probably gonna be like, no, they wouldn't do that. That's stupid,
And then they do it.
So it might still surprise you.
Okay.
That was Jurassic World. Oh my god. Well, that's all for movies for me. I haven't been playing anything much other than still rolling with Far Cry 5.
Far Cry 5, really?
Yeah.
Still holding on to that shit. Okay.
Yeah. It's still happening the places where it's like, oh, I just ran over one of my allies, but nobody cares. Everybody's cool with it.
That's okay.
Oh, they're still like, this is this is mainland USA, and they're like bodies on the floor, and nobody gives a shit about. Where's the armed forces here? We sure like sending people out to fight other wars, but I guess we have one inland that nobody knows about. It's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a part, like I took another lieutenant. There are 3 lieutenants that you have to take out. And I took the second lieutenant, and you can pick him up whichever way you want. It's an open world. You can go whichever way you want. I'm trying to do it in the order that makes sense in my head. So the second lieutenant was cool.
This is what.
That's a good story.
You're trying to put logic into an illogical.
Yeah, I know, exactly. No, this one made a little bit of sense. It was kind of cool, but I still hate the fact that, dude, that they don't even bother anymore with pretending the going after me and pretending to capture, because I told you it will break the game 3 times per lieutenant. They will capture you and you will escape. That it like clockwork. It happens. So on this one, they don't even bother with sending troops or anything like that. It's just you're playing. Suddenly, at some point, the screen starts like shimmering or something like that, and you've been captured. you're captured already. It's like the laziest way to now
that's
there's
some lazy ass
long ass
right there.
cutscene. Yeah, and they have, and of course they all have their monologues where it's like, dude, I don't care. I'm gonna escape. I don't care. There's no stakes in here. Come on, let's just keep rolling with it. But it's still fun shooting people, or maybe I just haven't done it in a while. So
maybe
just I feel like I will finish that game. I don't feel like I'm gonna give it a good score.
Doesn't sound like it's gonna earn one in.
No. That's pretty much all I've been playing, honestly.
All right, guys, and we're back, and we're going to go into some news items.
The news to abuse.
Nice.
That's what we're calling it.
The news to abuse.
The news to.
I got to remember that because I always forget to bring it up.
No, let's not call it that. I feel like there might be some bad triggers on it.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Let's call them
all the news you care about.
Yes. The news.
I think
that's a mouthful.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. What did the fox say?
Oh man, wait. Stop.
What? You want me to stop? Yeah. God.
Hey, Baxley, if your mom's vagina were a video game, it'd be rated E for everyone.
Isn't posing a threat kind of the fucking point?
And we're really back. Yeah. Now
Okay.
we're back. Yes.
We needed to take that quick break because I hadn't sharpened myself in watching the Predator trailer.
Yes,
The Predator is what they're calling it.
The Predator. Yes.
Yeah.
News item number one, guys.
Yes.
The newest The Predator trailer was released earlier this week, and I am very excited for it because I am a huge. I'm losing. What the hell's wrong with my damn mic here? Hold on.
Do we have to take another pause?
Oh, no.
And we're taking another pause. And we're back for real this time, guys. No more interruptions.
A huge fan of the Predator series. I have this problem where if the amount of movies in the series overall are good, then I become an apologist for even the one that's not very good. One? So
I bet you can do that with Terminator, though.
No,
got you.
No, because Terminator 2 is like, and 1 and 2 are pretty much
that's it. Yeah. And there's been
too many now. Yeah.
Now it's
fuck Terminator. But anyway, So it's a new trailer directed by Shane Black, and it has that Shane Black feel to it. I don't know if nobody knows Shane Black. Go out and watch his damn movies because those are good movies, guys. It stars a lot of people. Olivia Munn. It has the guy from Logan, the one who had the metallic arm. Do you remember him?
Oh, I mean, I remember. I don't remember the name of
the guy. It doesn't matter. It looks pretty good, sir. What did you think about that trailer?
Well, it looks impressive. I do want to watch this movie because how can I not? You will think, automatically, it's the Predator. Yeah, but look at the Terminator, the newer Terminator movies. Whenever I will see those trailers, you could tell, like, oh man, this doesn't look good.
Exactly. Yeah.
This one, it looks interesting. I can't judge it, too much just yet because one of the things I like about the first two, there was a third one which was versus the aliens, right? Aliens versus Predator in 2007, I think.
Well, there was more than one.
Oh, there was more than one. Let's ignore those. Yeah. Let's just say
the first Alien versus Predator wasn't horrible. Wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. Yeah.
No, when you talk about the pedigree of the Predator,
correct. Which
is Schwarzenegger, and then the second one, Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
I don't care, man. I like Danny
Me
Glover.
too. Yes,
I have apologies for that movie. That movie, the Predator 2
was
great.
actually good stuff.
It was good stuff. All right. I realized that you guys were expecting more Arnold, but hey, you got to give the guy a break. He was making too many of those damn
I will
movies.
also go on record as saying, I get it. That Predator was clearly the weakest Predator ever in the
Yeah, I know,
world
that
because
one-
the guy's ass handed to him by Danny Glover. But it is what it is, guys.
but yeah.
There's always a runt of the family, guys.
Yeah.
Clearly, that Predator was it. So.
This one, there is a bunch of there's a bunch of actors, obviously, but there I didn't
I would
know.
hope so.
I didn't know. Like I couldn't tell of an iconic one that I would say like, oh yeah, this is.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can
badass,
name a couple here. First off, the one guy who was the main appears to be the main who would probably fall into Dutch's or Schwarzenegger category is Boyd Holbrook, who plays Quinn McKenna, and he was actually in the series. My God, the one with Pablo Escobar, Narcos.
Yeah.
He's actually in that series,
Okay.
and also in Logan, like I mentioned.
You just reminded me that I need to go watch
Narcos?
Sicario.
Oh yes, I know.
Sicario.
I know.
You want to go Monday?
I
you
will
can.
try, sir. I will try. Some good people there.
That's
Sterling K.
awesome.
Brown is another good actor that I know. Edward James Olmos is in it. The one who said the joke in the trailer, Keegan
Wait,
Michael
Edward
Keyes.
James almost isn't that Jesse from Full House?
No, no, Edward James Olmos.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the guy from Battlestar Galactica.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
yes. Wow, way off.
Wow.
Sir, way off.
If you
Epic
can,
fail, guys.
if you can clip just that audio alone, that pretty much describes the level of my understanding of movies.
Yes. There's a lot of people in it. A lot of people, I'm looking at it, but I don't really know these people.
I get Jesse. Jesse from fucking Full House.
That is ridiculous.
Why? It's not even close.
Not-
What was I
I
thinking?
have no idea.
Why Jesse?
Jesse's Greek, he's Spanish. What do you? I don't get. And like 30 years between them. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus!
man.
Wow. Yeah, the guy from Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm putting it on my list to watch as soon as possible.
That alone completely messed me up. So there are rumors. You know how we are going into the streaming consoles in the future. Consoles are just gonna stream games. They're not gonna be the consoles that you buy a game and you're not gonna own your games. You know that, right?
I do know. that.
Are you ready for that?
I'm fine with it as long as if it's just streaming. I don't want any lag on that shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm okay with it as long as that shit works.
Yeah, that's just not gonna work
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
not
And
gonna
also, that's not where we're really heading. At least not for the type of games that you and I, the ones that will require precision,
Correct.
that you and I will prefer, but are never good at. So there is a rumor that Google wants in a piece of the pie. They want to go into the. Oh, that's funny. I just made that up with a piece of the pie, and then it goes that the first sentence of this news bit by VG247 that says, "Rumor has it that Google wants a piece of the video game pie."
Wow.
And it's working. How original.
How original, yes.
And it's working on its own streaming platform. Reports suggest that Google is looking to build a piece of hardware with an emphasis on streaming games. According to a report from Kotaku, multiple sources told that the site Google had meetings with gaming companies and developers at GDC and at E3 2018. During the meeting, the company discussed the ideas for a streaming platform. The report also says that Google is looking to partner with development studios on future projects or possibly buy the companies outright, which wouldn't be surprising. I mean, Google definitely has the capital to go on a shopping spree. Let me see. Rumors of the platform, codename Yeti, has been around since February. When the information first reported, the information, I guess that's the name of the publication, first reported Google was looking to get into games. Yeti will be able to play games requiring high PC specs on a lower end hardware thanks to more potent potent computers doing the brunt of the work while players stream games. So it's the same idea of, hey, we're going to have a huge server farm. The power is going to be in the cloud.
Yeah.
And then, and you get to stream the games that you want. It is interesting because in the sense that I almost felt like, doesn't Google have a gaming platform already? Not officially by name. I mean, not officially by console, but they have the Google Play Store.
They do. That's their. That's more their marketplace, though.
Their marketplace.
Yeah, that's more their marketplace. But that's not the device you would play from.
No.
So
unless you're keen on playing on your phone.
Correct. Which, to be fair, which I left out a couple of mobile games that I've been playing on my phone, but that's okay. But no, I think here's my issue with it. The console market right now, first off, yes, we're looking at streaming in the future and all this, and I get that. Yeah. But the console market is still very, very strong right now. And I think the sales that we're getting, when you're looking at Nintendo and you're looking at Sony, and yes, even to a lesser extent, Xbox, they're doing well when it comes to those sales. You know what I'm saying? They're still moving units. People still want them. You know what I mean?
Well, for sure. This was supposed to be the time that it died.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it is extremely hard, and I don't see, they have to line up developers. If it's going to be a third-party box, you're going to be
they call it the third box.
If it's going to be that type of thing where you only have third-party games, that's not going to move units, because guess what? We already have stuff to play third-party games. So it has to have, a reason to get it. It has to be a fair price, so it can't come out at $600-$700, because guess what? No one's gonna fucking buy it.
Well, you wouldn't pay $600 or $700 for a streaming platform, though. I'm thinking when I hear streaming platform, I hear $99 max, just so it could gain some good market penetration.
If that's the case, then what you're looking at getting is an Ouya.
Or an Atari VCS.
Which, don't even get me started on that damn Atari VCS, sir. But
a lot of people have actually pledged and pretty much outright, bought the thing, even though we had a similar experience with the Ouya, and look where that
Atari VCS. I think that's going to be a perfect example of what not to do, because I have a sneaky suspicion that's going to crash and burn.
Yeah.
And like bad. Like Ouya didn't really crash and burn. They had a launch. The stuff went out there. They just had nothing to play on it but freaking Android games. I have something I can play that already on, and it plays better here, so
showing it on the TV doesn't really make that's not
correct,
the gaming difference that we were looking for. Yeah,
exactly.
You have to have original titles.
I think the Atari VCS, that's going to be a perfect telling. If that does, and it will not, but if that does well in any way, my prediction is that it will not. But if it does well in any way, that will be the tell whether Google actually proceeds with this or not. But if it does not, and it crashes and burns, which is what I think many people think that's going to happen.
Well, I wouldn't hold them to that level. I'll tell you why. Because I don't see whatever is Atari right now having what do they have? Okay, so they have the old catalog, the classic catalog that it's been released everywhere already. If I wanted to play an Atari game, I could get an Atari game without having to, break the laws or anything like that. I don't have to pirate it. It's easy attainable.
Correct.
So the problem is I don't see developers going towards that route. Now, a platform like Google, which they have shown, they have shown on their other ecosystems like the other services, the Google services that you and I know, the typical
that we use,
that we use. For the most part, they have been successful. I can see the attraction of, hey, this is not only this is a good platform, a solid, reputable company, but also that the infrastructure is there. That they are the internet, basically, almost, to exaggerate a little bit, but they have the servers
they
and the
have
locations, the
yeah.
data centers and all that.
And the capital.
And the capital to make that possibly, I wouldn't say lag free, but as little lag as possible. If there's any company that can, that has a good chance, because look at Microsoft right now, and I wouldn't even consider Microsoft to be that big of a player as Google when it comes to online services. I could be wrong. They might be like the major force, but I mean they're a force definitely.
They are definitely.
But look at them; they are offering this. You know, they have well, I guess you wouldn't call it streaming so much as that's backward compatible. Is not really streaming.
No.
So you wouldn't call it that. So yeah.
And you don't stream anything on Game Pass.
You don't stream everything on Game Pass. Yeah. That's right. But I mean,
I don't know.
they could,
It's
but
gonna-
they don't have it. Yeah.
It requires an infrastructure that I don't think
But Google could,
the
though.
U.S. True,
But the
I just don't think
US
the U.S. is ready for that.
No, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
You launch that shit in Japan, and it will probably take off because realistically, they have a network.
Or Korea.
Yeah. They both, those areas have an infrastructure that surpasses us, 100-fold. So I can see that working there. I just don't see it working here. And here's what they want.
Yeah.
Because here's
and
where
would you
the
want
money-
that? I mean, would you? Because I guess at the end of it all, it's gonna depend on the games, like always, like everything.
Correct, yeah.
That lives and dies by games. But
If it's Google Games that I can get on my phone, I just don't see myself letting go of that. You know what I'm saying? If it's an original thing that I can't get anywhere else, and it has like a great it has to be more than one. We said it before. There's no killer app anymore. You know what I'm saying? Killer apps don't exist. Now you have to have multiple killer apps. You have to have a library, and I just don't see them having a library available for them. I don't think that's not to say it's going to fail, but just saying. Speaking of games, sir, we have some new games.
That's all we speak.
That
here
is all we speak about
on this podcast. Otherwise,
new games coming out for the month of July for both Xbox and PSN. I got them both here.
oh, I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
Let's hear it because I don't know anything about them.
Great. So Xbox One, free games with gold. You're going to get Assault Android Cactus.
The fuck
Is
Microsoft.
a fast-moving twin-stick shooter that was well-received, and it has landed on various platforms since its initial release in 2015.
Okay.
It'll be available for the whole month of July from the 1st to the 31st. Then you have, also for Xbox One, Death Squared, which is a colorful co-op puzzle game. Why are you laughing?
They really don't have much to share with their heads. That's okay.
Let's just let them. Let's just let them. Okay.
Let's just let them.
Yeah. It's Death Square is a colorful co-op puzzle game that can be played alone or up to 4 players, and it will be available for download from July 16th through August 15th. Then on the 360 side, which also will come to Xbox One via backwards compatibility, Virtual Fighter 5, The Final Showdown.
That's not bad.
Which, of course, is a fighting game geared towards more online competitive play. And then that's going to be available, that'll be available from July 1st to the 15th. And then finally, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction, stealth action game from 2010, will be available from the 16th through the 31st.
The fact that they're giving away games from 8 years ago should tell you that
times are rough.
Yeah,
times are
probably
rough.
not a lot to share.
Well, let's see what PSN has here, guys.
And it's not like it's free. It's not like I'm like bemoaning like, oh, they're not giving me good games, even though they're free. No, they're not free. You're paying for the
service,
subscription or anything like that. Maybe Game Pass.
I'll tell you, they should have linked it to Game Pass.
I know, totally.
For PlayStation, July, we have, for PlayStation 4, you will have Heavy Rain, and you will have Absolver as the freebies for the PlayStation Plus subscribers for the month of July.
Wait, Heavy Rain? Is that on PS4?
He had PS4, yeah. It was ported to PS4 in 2016.
Really?
And this is a upgraded version for it. It's interesting because they just a couple months ago released the other one with
Detroit.
No.
Oh,
the other what's the other one they had before after Heavy Rain? Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two Souls.
They released that on PlayStation Plus, which I played and wasn't bad. It was actually I enjoyed it. Not as good as Heavy Rain, but I think we mentioned this before. I'd argue that I think the nostalgic memory of Heavy Rain
Yeah.
is higher than what Heavy Rain really was.
Jason! Jason!
Origami.
The origami killer.
Origami killer.
The origami killer.
The other one is a Devolver Digital joint, Absolver,
I
which is a
remember Absolver.
multiplayer fighting game by the developer Slow Clap. I like that name.
That's a little bit faster clap.
That is a little bit fast clap, yeah. And then finally, for PS3 titles are going to be... Jesus, I don't have it here. Hold on.
Ding, 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 ding. We'll be right back. Ding, ding, ding,
Oh, I'm
ding.
sorry. Rayman 3 HD, which...
Wait, wasn't that free already
That's,
at one point?
no, that's Rayman Origins and, the other ones.
Yeah.
Rayman 3, I think, is going back even further.
Wow.
PlayStation 3 may be running out here.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I think it's time to put it to good patch. And that in the 360. I mean, bless you for giving us the chance of still getting, but who is really playing 360 games
Yeah.
in this day and age?
Well, for the record, Xbox Games with Gold had Rayman 3 free last October.
Last October, there you go.
So, and then Deception
Old
4.
news.
Deception 4 Nightmare Princess, which is an expanded version of Deception 4 Blood Ties, is coming to the PlayStation 3. PlayStation Vita will have Zero Escape, Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. Don't know what that is. It's by... I don't even know who that is. And then finally...
It's by...
Yep. And then finally Space Overlords, which... I don't know.
So,
Who cares?
just to
Vita players, just take the freebies and stop complaining.
wrap it up, neither Microsoft nor Sony have good games to offer
At
us.
some point, you hit the bottom of the barrel.
At
guys.
this point, yes, I guess so. And it was surprising for Sony because they were delivering some really good titles. It was like, oh,
Hey,
shoot.
you can't hit it out of the park, everyone. To be fair though, Absolver was reviewed pretty well.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
You can still get Black Ops 3. I think it's still free
Right now?
Right now,
Yeah, that's right.
So
Black Ops 3.
Yeah, don't forget
That was a bonus.
Did you
On
tag it?
top of that, no, I didn't have it.
I didn't tag it either.
Fuck Black Ops. I don't give,
Come on. You don't even care. It's a free game.
I don't give a shit about Black Ops. And then Black Ops 4 is just multiplayer only. Fuck Black Ops. Okay, that's all I gotta say. I mean, come on. Man.
You don't want to see the conclusion to the trilogy.
To the trilogy, to the quadrilogy or quadrilogy.
No, because this one is multiplayer only. So
oh, that's right.
No,
so it
sorry.
ended. So they're saying that the story ended already.
They finished the fight.
Nice.
Speaking of finishing the fight, Microsoft Halo TV series, it's really happening, bro.
Oh my goodness.
It's really happening. Do you remember one of the first announcement of the TV era?
2013. What we were 2018. 5 years
5 years.
later.
Yeah.
They should have at least 3 seasons already recorded. I'm just saying.
That's okay. You have at least one season with 10 episodes that have been ordered already. So
Ordered, so they haven't even filmed it.
No. This is starting. This is
for the
yeah.
life. Okay.
Nearly 5 years on, Microsoft has finally gotten its Halo TV series greenlit and in production, and this was not Netflix. They should have been Netflix actually.
I know.
Because with Netflix it would have been like free. I mean, open to everyone that's paying for Netflix. This
I
one,
agree
though-
because I don't have Showtime. man.
Exactly.
So,
There you go.
what the
Well,
hell?
this one, it was Showtime that ordered the 10 episodes of the show, which they are calling
That says it all.
their most ambitious TV series. End
That
quote.
says it all, sir.
That says it
what
all?
show from Showtime has blown up in the last 3 years?
Wait,
Talk to me.
3 years?
Last 3 years. What show do you know from Showtime has been the shit? This thing that you're like, I should
the
really
one
get
with
Showtime.
the football players. No, that was
Ballers?
No, that was HBO.
I was gonna say you have the wrong network. Exactly. That's our time's up,
Nick
sir.
Fury?
Nick Fury. Come on, man.
I also it's surprising. This is almost as frustrating as getting Star Trek on the fucking CBS streaming service.
Streaming service, yes.
Which is like, No.
Not to mention, as frustrating as getting Cobra Kai on YouTube.
On
Red.
YouTube Red. Yeah, on
I'm
YouTube
like,
Red, yes.
I don't want to pay for another service.
This is why you should get pirated. See, if you will allow this series to be at least, I get them. You want to attract subscribers, and
this is why. No, you're absolutely right. This is why, unfortunately, that's something. It has
who has got to sign up for CBS.
Believe it or not, many people do because they're still going. If it does, and by the way, come 2019, Disney will have their own version.
Oh,
so
that's great.
Everything that has Disney now will not have it then.
Great. This is what we see. This is the cyberpunk future.
This is the cyberpunk.
The corporations are going to take over, and suddenly you're going to be. And now that there's no net neutrality, so fuck it. Now everybody has their own streaming service that they're gonna be asking you for $9.99 or $14.99 because of course they're gonna jack up the prices, and Netflix is gonna be that if it isn't already.
Yep.
And this is terrible. Well, all of this to say that Showtime has Halo. Entertainment Weekly reports that the show's blurb as an epic 26th century conflict between humanity and the alien race threat known as the Covenant. Halo will weave deeply drawn personal stories with action, adventure, and a richly imagined vision of the future. The series has its showrunner, writer and executive producer Kyle Killian, who created the short-lived fantasy police procedural Awake. I don't know of Awake. Do you?
Nope.
No.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, but you heard about Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Director Rupert Wyatt has signed as director for multiple episodes. So
that's good.
That's good, actually. It's good to see. I would love to see Halo.
And Showtime has a budget. I mean, they will put money to stuff. So
yeah. I remember those. You remember those short featurettes that they released? Those were
the Halo featurettes. Yes.
Yeah. Those were well produced. I mean, it wasn't like anything like extraordinary. Wow, But as far as the look of it, I felt like it captured the look, and and it was good. So yeah, you're right. They have the budget to make something really cool.
I agree.
But not to get my subscription.
Yes. Who has the budget to make something really cool?
Disney.
Yes.
Yeah. Because besides Disney.
Well, I mean, when you said Disney, that kind of just takes the wind out of the sail.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Telltale.
Telltale.
They have the potential of making something good. Telltale
they haven't
apparently
since the first.
Hey, stop it! Season 2 was good, and so was Wolf Among Us.
Wolf Among Us was good, yeah, but it wasn't. No,
I don't have anything else to add to it. So. Telltale is reportedly dropping their old engine and heading for Unity.
God, but finally.
10 years, probably a little too late. This is reported here by Variety. Although The Walking Dead, the final season, is using Telltale's traditional engine, Variety reports big changes are rumored to be in store for the studio. Telltale's iconic decision-making episodic gameplay has been fueled by the same, although updated, engines since day one. Now, several sources within Telltale, as well as current job listings, hint that the development team is switching to Unity for its future projects. We reported that the Wolf Among Us 2 delay could be partially due to the tech transition. This report comes within a storm of new information on Telltale, including that its last 3 games, Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, Guardian of the Galaxy, and Batman the Enemy Within, have been their worst performing to date.
No surprising, people are already fatigued of that formula. Because in reality, okay, I get it. Your stories, they're not to say your stories are bad or anything like that. You obviously have some talented writers, but you have given us too many of these already to the point where it almost becomes repetitive.
It's their shtick. And I would definitely...
They've made a lot of money out of it.
They have, definitely. Yeah. here's what I would want them to do. First off, they're finally answering the call that we've said for at least 5 years now to update their engine. They're going Unity, which has its issues as well, but if you have good programming, you know, you should be able to
do some good stuff with Unity.
That said, when it comes to the writing and the storytelling, take chances.
Yeah.
Take chances. Don't feel you need to stay within a certain whatever. Just deliver a good story. And if you can do that, then it won't matter that we're still doing the whole decision making thing. It's I want to see that story. I want to see what they're going to have. But they're going to come in and twist the story up a little bit. The Batman season 1 went a little bit different, and I guess this is contradictory to everything I just finished saying right now. But they took some liberties on it where it just I was like, okay, now you went. You know, you
took it too far.
Well, it's not that. It's like, look, man, the pen is blue. The pen is blue. Stop saying it's red. You know what I mean? So it went a little bit too different, but it was still well received because for a lot of people, they enjoyed it.
But bro, I like a good alternate storyline.
You would actually enjoy Batman. I would definitely. I
do want to play. You know, of all the titles, and there have been many that I have just like, okay, this is just the same. Like even the one for Borderlands, which it is, I heard it's really good.
Borderlands is so freaking good, dude. I stopped playing out loud on that. I couldn't, and I don't even know anything about it. I never played Borderlands.
No.
This is the only Borderlands game I've played.
Yeah,
and I laughed out loud playing this game.
So even
and
the
music was great.
And the music was great. Even that one, I just stopped playing because I was having a good time while I was playing it, but it was the same formula.
And this one still the chuggy engine too,
and it was still exactly. So this one I'm interested. You mentioned they should be taking more more risks and more chances with it, but sometimes I wonder if it's not the license. The restrictions from license. They're the ones that are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they make a deal with a certain license holder, that should be part of it. It's like, listen, this doesn't have to be canon,
right?
Okay, this could be a what if, whatever. The point is, we want to take liberties with this. Obviously, we don't want to go completely whatever. We're not going to make Batman a villain, for instance, or something like that. But we're going to take liberties with it, and I want them to really make a good story, and even better, make the decisions matter.
Yes,
because I've noticed, and I'm sure you noticed playing some of the Telltale ones. Yes, your decisions vary and take you different places, whatever, throughout the story. By the time you get to the end, it's still the same ending.
It don't matter,
and that's an issue. And I get it. You know, you don't want to get too far off because if somebody has a different story ending than you do, when you get to the next season. How do you pick up?
You know what I mean? Together, yeah.
I get that. Take a little time, and you know what? Make a storyline starting from that position over there.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And why not?
They should.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that was funny. I was thinking the other day how some IP, some movie intellectual properties lend themselves to be transformed and rebooted and offshoot it into something else. But there are some that are too strict that you would never see. You will never see a deviation, a reimagining. Like I was thinking Star Wars, for example.
Yeah.
You know, you can see 20 different versions of Spider-Man, 30 different versions of Batman, but there's only one Luke Skywalker.
Correct.
One, one of those iconic characters. They never change. Not for anything.
Till the last Jedi, that's for sure.
To the last, yes, exactly.
Hence the reason why, yes, I get it. It shook up the fan base. A lot of people are like, no, that's not my Luke. That's not what is. Not me. Why wouldn't someone have, if there's 30 years from last time we saw him, why wouldn't you have some sort of drama, some sort of major thing that would literally affect their lives?
I hope that I would have changed, 10 years from what I was in 10 years ago, whether for better or for worse.
Correct.
But it has to show something,
change
something
is good. It's scary, but it's good.
Yeah. Man, there was not a lot of news, or at least, I didn't feel like there was a lot of news because it was, past the E3, and we kind of touched on most of them last week. But this is just too adorable. This is adorbs. Orbs.
Dorbs.
And you'll see where the orbs is coming from. So Overwatch has a new hero. I wish Shadow would be here to deliver this.
Yes,
one,
this is her newsfeed for real, yeah.
I bet she would love this character. This hero, you've seen it by now, so I don't have to, is a hamster on a wrecking ball. I'm thinking a hamster ball, but no. He is driving this mechanized. This is a mech that transforms into a ball that goes really, really fast. This is a tank, actually, but they have the speed when you're rolling, and you shoot kind of like you shoot with the mech. It has some interesting elements like. You shoot with quad cannons that look pretty good, although from what I saw, it looked a little slow. But then again, this is a
cannons,
tank. This is a tank, so it's not meant. No, they're actually they do rapid fire. It's just the damage that they inflict didn't look like significant. But then again, this is not what this role is for. What this role is for rolling around,
and taking damage,
because he'll be going fast, and people will take damage if we get run over. There's also like a grappling claw that he can like hook anywhere, and that's where he swings the ball, kind of like a wrecking ball, and so for some major damage.
Jeez.
That looked really cool in motion. That looks really, really funny, really nice.
I have a question here. How does a hamster fall in the lore?
Hey,
is he a distant hero?
I thought the same, but then I remembered that there's a professor that is a chimp, so a chimpanzee. So it's like, yeah, this is like whatever, honestly. And there's a robot monk, so so I can see, like, don't get me wrong, I understand your question because. Of all the character designs, I feel like, okay, this is the craziest so far. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that they're taking those risks and they
this sounds like stuff. Believe it or not, and I hate to point this out, but there was a character in Battleborn that was very similar to this. It was a small little furry character and a very big mech thing.
Oh my God, this is gonna be
so it's like
scandal.
Yeah. I'm just saying, yeah. But yeah, Battleborn, I guess.
That is rest in peace, Battleborn. So the grappling claw, you launch your grappling claw to rapidly swing around the area. Enables high speed collisions to damage and knock back enemies. That's really cool. A minefield. It also has a minefield that deploys. Which is interesting for defensive. It has an adaptive shield, which says creates temporary personal shields. Amount increases with more enemies nearby. So the more enemies around, the more powerful the shield is.
Shit,
that's kind of interesting. Okay. It has a pile driver, which I immediately thought of Lasangi's, like when he grabs you and he pile drives you in a corkscrew. Corkscrew manner, yeah. But it's not that. It's kind of like a ball
driver. It wasn't an atomic pile driver.
That atomic pile driver, yes. Yeah, this one slams into the ground below to damage and launch enemies upward. So he packs quite a punch.
Yeah.
But he looks adorable.
But he is kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
He looks adorable in his orb of mayhem and destruction.
You know what this means, right?
What?
That poor Mercy is going to be nerfed again.
Oh, no. Poor Mercy. Have mercy on Mercy.
Poor Mercy.
Mercy.
My last piece, sir, is more of a personal thing to me, sir. This happened actually today. It's a poster. This is a shame because it's not even the actual, but that poster was released, but it does confirm the release date of a movie that I cannot wait to see.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
It is called Glass. Okay.
For those who don't know, please explain.
Yes, for those who don't know. And honestly, this is going to unfortunately spoil things, but the poster spoils it for you. And it's everywhere. So it is what it is.
If you haven't watched this movie, don't watch the poster.
I won't. Correct. Don't look at the poster. I won't go into too much detail. But Unbreakable is an M. Night Shyamalan film. I think M. Night is the director, and probably one of the really good directors. He's the first one came out with Sixth Sense. That was his first major film. Not his first film, awesome. Major film. This was his second one, Unbreakable.
He also did what was that other movie?
Oh gosh, he did a bunch. He did The Village. He did
you know which one I'm looking for. You know which one I'm referring to.
Are we talking about a good one or a bad one?
A bad one.
The Happening. The Happening was not very good. Actually,
that happened.
It was not very good. I mean,
did he direct also the Last Airbender?
He did do The Last Airbender, yes.
Oh,
Last Airbender, yeah.
Yikes.
Yes.
Wow. So it's pretty, it's basically, he's the Platinum Game of directors.
You know what? Perfect freaking comparison. Yes. The Platinum Games developer. Yeah, I like it. But anyway, Unbreakable to me is not only is one of his best.
I have not seen Unbreakable, sir.
It is one of my favorite films.
Is that right?
Yes.
Shit,
and I have seen it many, many times.
Because I didn't like the other one that you're gonna say.
Yeah, I get it.
I did not like that one at all.
I'm sorry you didn't like it. I loved Unbreakable. I don't know what you didn't like about Split. We don't have to really go into Split is the other one.
Split is the other one. Yeah.
I don't know what you didn't like about that.
Also,
but I can tell you that they're two different ones.
It's a universe. Is what it is.
Well, it's weird because I really think he's closing it out with this, which is even better. You know what I mean? So anyway, Unbreakable stars Bruce Willis and it has Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson is an art dealer who specializes in cell pieces. They call them cells, usually the frame of a comic book, made into an art piece, essentially. And he believes that there is a superhero amongst us. And that person just may not even know that they're a superhero because they are unbreakable. You know, and so he feels that they're on it. Anyway. So Bruce Willis is who he thinks he is. It becomes this story. I
want to watch it. Don't get me wrong. I want to watch it.
It's. I'm not going to say anything else. It is amazing. Okay. I have seen it a million times. And I can watch it again. Like if it's on, I leave it on. It's. Yeah. I'm not going to say is high as Shawshank, but when Shawshank's on, if I'm scrolling around FX or whatever channel, whatever, I see Shawshank, the controller, I put it down. I just, it stops. This is what we're watching, guys.
All right.
Just handle it. Just let it. Same thing will happen with Unbreakable. And I will get frustrated. I'm like, fuck, I didn't catch it from the beginning. You know what I mean? So,
even though I watched it a million times.
I really enjoy it. I think if you like V for Vendetta, you would like this.
I'm down.
I think it has.
We had this conversation.
Yeah, the comparisons there are more the visual, the way he presents the visual, the way the camera angles are caught in certain things. There's camera work that he does with the film that is so good, and it has that metaphoric images. Someone within an arch. Always, for some reason, you look at them. There's an archway above them. Why is there an archway above them? You know what I mean? It's that weird thing. Anyway.
That was cool. Split
is first off.
It's not a bad movie. Let me rephrase. Yeah. I didn't like it, but this is more of a personal thing. This is more me, feeling a little uncomfortable with some of the things, and well, now that I think about it, it kind of went into the ridiculous at the very end. It kind of went into the super ridiculous.
So when you look at it I can agree.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, So okay, Split is, if you don't know what Split is essentially, there's a character in Split who has 24 personalities. These personalities take the hold of James McAvoy is the actor, and essentially when that character takes hold of him, or when that personality takes hold of him,
good. It was fucking good.
Yeah, I told you. So every time that the character takes hold of him, his body literally changes. And there's a doctor in the movie as well who's trying to get people to understand that split personality is not only a real thing, because people still don't believe that. Not only is it a real thing, it's so real that the body actually adjusts to it. So if a personality, for instance, has high blood pressure, the person will have high blood pressure when that personality is coming.
At this point, he was almost literally morphing. You might say.
Exactly.
Yeah. It got a little ridiculous.
The 24th personality was the main, the one that everybody was talking about, and anyway, so. It was so good. The good part about it, and again, I'm going to kind of have to mention this here. So quick, like 5 seconds ahead, if you don't want to hear about this. The end of Split connects the movie to Unbreakable. Like at no point through the film do you even think that this has to any way to do with Unbreakable until you get to the very end. And then to me, not to everybody, to me, the I guess the wacky aspects, maybe the unbelievable aspects of what the guy, James McAvoy, and how he was basically becoming this beast, but he still looked human. But for some reason,
you're past your 5 seconds, by the way.
Oh, okay.
You gotta be careful.
Oh, sorry. He's still a human, whatever, and whatever. But he was becoming a beast. And they basically they basically that, because it connected to the other film, suddenly explain, like, okay, we are in that world, and that's why it makes sense. So they released a poster, and this is all to say that this stupid poster came out today.
But the stupid poster, like you're saying, which I saw,
is freaking amazing.
I see 3 characters here.
Yes,
but they're not 3 movies. Is it because 2 of them were in one?
Yes. If you turn
so Unbreakable has.
If you turn it upside down, you can't turn it upside down. Can you turn it upside down? No, maybe not.
Well, because your phone doesn't allow it.
Yeah, turn it upside down. You have your characters there. So to the left, and I'll post this on the group, guys. When you turn it upside down, to the left is Bruce Willis's character.
That's great.
In the first one,
great fucking poster.
It's amazing, dude. It's so good.
Poster, yes.
The middle character is James McAvoy, which is from Split, and then Samuel Jackson from Unbreakable is on the right, and the color is perfect. These colors are vivid in the film too, which is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so fucking excited.
Yeah, I will watch Unbreakable. Split. The thing with Split was that it was just too weird, and it was the bad uncomfortable. The good touch versus the bad touch. This was the bad uncomfortable. It was. The fact that I didn't like it is not to say that it was a bad movie. Because it's just
those uncomfortable moments, and it's meant to make you feel uncomfortable. So. But yeah, that's all the news items I have, sir.
I got nothing else. So
all right. It's the hot topic of the week.
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 Thank you guys for sticking around and listening to our crazy asses sing.
The beautiful voices, the harmonious voices of the GG duo, the double G's.
I love it, the double G's. So yes, hot topic of the week is games that we're guilty of not liking.
We should have another one, or at least a sequel to this later on. It's called the games that we're guilty of liking.
Of liking, yes.
I think we had that at one point. Didn't we talk about guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures, yes, we did.
Yes,
we did say that. So I'm going to start, sir. So basically, here's the deal. These are games that for the most part are well received. And you've probably heard from someone or somewhere online, and they tell you, man, dude, this game is great. This is amazing. Critically, it's doing well. It doesn't have to be, 10s all over the place, but for the most part, it's good stuff, right? And for what you play it, and you're like, yeah, I don't see it. You're just like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can't get behind this statement. Yeah, and of course, you're surrounded by people probably.
What is wrong with
yeah,
you?
exactly. So you probably keep it to yourself.
How can you not like GTA 5? Oh wait, you haven't tried it. That's why.
Played GTA
the moment
5.
you tried it, it's gonna hook you.
You're probably right, sir.
Yeah, you're afraid of that. I understand.
It's
gonna be okay.
I don't know. See, I saw a sidebar on Grand Theft Auto 5 here. I saw a video and I saw some gameplay, and it was like early in the beginning of the game, whatever, and it wasn't calling me, dude. And I was like, and I sat and watched it on purpose. I was like, well, let me watch this because clearly
I gotta see what is
you say is great. Joey's like it's the best.
Dude, it's still. Did you say? I saw the numbers of the MPD. That shit is still like number 5 or something like that.
Yeah,
It was still
this last month, yeah. But that's GTA Online.
People are still, but it's still the same product. It's still GTA
True.
5. It's not like that they sell GTA Online separate.
What you're telling me and what Joey is telling me and what other people tell me, they're selling. You've been trying to sell the main story.
Oh yeah, no. That's right. I'm just mentioning like who the hell is buying this? Still, I mean, are people triple dipping?
At some point, you have to have.
There's a
you have
limit.
to peak. Yeah, you have to peak at some point.
But yeah. So you were saying it and nothing.
So I'm gonna start off here, sir, with a game that everyone spoke highly of, and I even got for free, guys. And I thought it was not good.
What?
And that was Infamous, guys.
Oh, Infamous! Holy shit! That Infamous game.
Yes, that Infamous.
That we all got from that infamous hackery that happened at Sony. What a perfect game!
And you know what? I gave it the old college try. It's not like I wasn't. It's not like I just played it for an hour.
Yeah.
I completed what I would assume was a third of the game because it was 3 islands. So I completed an island. So that I put in my, and I just couldn't. And
what was it? Was it the open worldness? Was it the fact that it was kind of repetitive? Because it was a little repetitive.
It was very repetitive. It was a lot of fetch them, go fetch this, go do this, and it wasn't like, it just, and I just, when it comes to an open world game, yes, I would like it to be fluid and open and all this stuff. But the whole go do this. I want, if it's going to be missions, they have to be meaningful.
Yeah,
what I mean.
Give me missions where there are
and diverse too. They can't all be the same kind of missions.
Not just shoot all these guys. Oh, shoot now the stronger version of these guys.
Correct. Yeah.
Try to survive here or escort this person. Yeah.
Oh God, fuck escorting anybody anywhere.
Yes,
they're just gonna die as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
And so will you, because they'll make you.
Then they end the fucking game right there. Oh, you fucked up. Like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't care about this guy.
I'm gonna jump on mine, so don't look. I'm gonna mention one of my own that this game is so highly acclaimed. You're not gonna see it until I say it. Okay. This game is so highly acclaimed that I know I'll be committing like an atrocity by saying that I tried this game because I gave it a fair shake.
I already know where you're going with this.
And I just, nothing on it got me. As a big fan of GTA, I was expecting to really like this one, but I just don't get along with the Cowboys. And that is Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption. But you even beat it.
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, I never. I played. I played until I got tired of it, and it was kind of early, kind of early in the game. And I guess this is probably speaks more. It's probably my fault. Well, it's surely my fault, or is it? I don't know. There was something I've yet to determine if I give it a first shake, because it's just nothing was calling my attention. Like, I didn't care about the cowboy era, and that's probably just me.
Yeah,
I'm
personal
probably not
taste,
into, I'm also not into like pirates,
Because you're dead inside.
But yes, I am dead inside. That's why I haven't seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
What?
I know. But yeah, I have learned about the story and the ending, and I realize it's amazing. And when I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that would have been an awesome ending. However, I have my awesome ending that was sort of like that with the GTA games. And I'm okay with those. I don't need to play 40 hours of this. It's not really entertaining me. I don't care about the horses, and I don't care about this band.
I don't care about the horses.
Unless
there's 240 horsepower.
Yes, exactly. Shout out to Forza Horizon. Everybody speaks highly of this. Everybody's super excited about Red Dead Redemption 2 and freaking out. Why do we see the Red Dead Redemption 2 in E3? And I'm like, I don't care.
I can see why.
I could care.
Makes sense why you're not even that on board.
I would rather play the Rockstar's ping pong game. That game that they did for the 360.
Damn.
Early in his life cycle.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, sir, but I can understand.
It's a good game. It's just not for me.
It's a GG.
Yeah.
Another title. This is, I'm sure you guys have heard of this game. It is called The Binding of Isaac.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
The Binding of Isaac.
That game is on everybody. Whenever that game is released somewhere, and when it was released early on, it's on PC, and I know it's on PS4. I guess maybe it's on Xbox One as well.
Yeah.
It is, well, first off, it is one of my least favorite genres, which is the roguelite. Yeah. So basically, when you die, you start over again from the beginning, and levels have changed essentially.
Yeah. You get to keep some of the stuff that you have,
major upgrades you get to continue with.
Yeah, but it's not enough.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I've only played this game because a certain gentleman by the name of Dream Twister bought this for me and said,
"Did I?"
Yes, and you literally told me you need to
wait. Are you sure?
Yes,
because I didn't.
You bought this for me.
But I probably bought it on a bundle.
Maybe.
It was probably a game that was on a bundle, because I would not just specifically go, hey, man, you got to play The Binding of Isaac, because I didn't like The Binding of Isaac.
Well, so, these are your exact words. And when you hear these words, you're probably going to laugh.
Let's see.
You told me because you're my bro and this game is fucked up.
Oh, yes, that's right. This is the game.
This is the game
that made it. Oh, shit, yes.
That was like early on
because
when I first...
you're my bro and this game is fucked up.
And it was Binding of Isaac. And honestly, dude, I tried, man. I was like, I just can't. So basically, it's a baby that's been... or a child that has been tormented and locked in a basement, and he's got to get out.
By his Christian mother. The mother says that she hears the voice of God saying that, that you must do a sacrifice, and the mother goes in to try to kill him.
Correct.
That was like, okay, this game is fucked up.
Yeah,
I need to show Ronaldo.
That's why.
And and the whole imagery of that game is really well done, in the sense that it is very dark, very obscure, and dark, but dark humor, I would say.
Yeah,
but still dark, still kind of messed up, because there'll be like little lumps of shit, jumping at you and try to get you, or some of the monster designs are like really creepy.
Yeah. It is. But again, it's more the gameplay that I wasn't, because it was designed to almost be like a Zelda dungeon.
Yes,
you know what I mean. So you
that would have been cool.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't a fan. Sorry.
All right. So but I told you this game fucked up. So it is.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't say it was
warned
good.
me.
I said
you did warn me.
So my next game here that I have the guilt of everybody speaking highly of it, and I tried it. This one in particular, I'm still trudging on it, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish it, because I just don't find the care for it. Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
Realize, it won probably Game of the Millennium, from what I heard.
Exactly.
It is a nice sandbox with a really boring story because the story is boring. Boring. All right. Even by Zelda standards.
Jesus.
And it's cool. The world is cool in the sense that there are elements that work with each other that you don't expect. You can create a lot of crazy shit by just combining some elements. So it's probably one of the livelier worlds in the sense of, okay, this has real physics. This has real properties. You know, I use the fire here, and I'm not careful. I could probably burn this whole forest or stuff like that. Actually, stuff above that I just right now I can't recall for the sake of time. But but yeah, it is, and it's not to say it's a bad game. Every now and then I go back because I feel like, man, this is one of the quintessential games. I have access to it because I have a Switch, and I have to beat it. I have to play. I haven't beaten a Zelda game since A Link to the Past, since the last good Zelda game.
You didn't play Ocarina?
Oh shit. Ocarina of Time, one of the games. This is the Zelda that I actually should have been talking about. Ocarina of Time. Let's bundle them together, shall we? So
sure, because they're the same.
Here's another game that it's game of the millennial.
Yeah, basically.
Everybody is super hyped on it. I played it, and I played it enough to realize that I just don't care. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I don't care about Link and about the Zelda universe. But I thought the Breath of the Wild world was like really cool. If he had a good gripping story, and it was not a snore fest, I probably would have been farther than I am right now. That game feels too much like a sandbox to even recommend to you.
Yeah.
But that's
the stuff that I've heard about it. It's like, and then I'm sitting there going, but what about the story?
Yeah,
no one ever talks about it.
No,
because it's not. Even
I might as well not be. There might as well not be because it's the basic. I hate to say it like this because I love my Switch, but it is the basic Nintendo story where it's like, and the hero of time and the princess and it's like they don't take risk in here.
Yeah,
that's why I'm kind of glad that they are publishing Bayonetta. Story-wise, they don't take. Yeah,
they took gameplay-wise, the game. Yeah.
Gameplay-wise, they're amazing. They are freaking gods and goddesses. But no. Story-wise, they just don't take any risk, and it just makes it boring. Anyway, let's go ahead and bundle Ocarina of Time because
all right, we'll put them together.
No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't suck. It's not great.
So I have played this next game. I've started it at least 3 times, and I just can't get past.
You can't get it up for this game.
Maybe, I can't get it up. Yeah, I got to get gaming Viagra or something in order to handle this game. Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh my God! Now that's a difficult one. Yes. Man. I don't know.
And I know I'm probably frustrated the shit out of everybody listening to us right now, and I get it. Understand one thing, that I have attempted this after playing what I consider to be a superior medieval fantasy role-playing game, which is The Witcher 3. And when I try to play this game, and I just can't. You mentioned the jank in Witcher 3, and I'm like, how do you not see jank in this? You know what I mean? I'm like, it's just, I just can't do it. And I've tried. Damn it, Amy, I am sorry. I have tried. I am so sorry. But I just can't get into it. I don't know what it is. It just isn't grasping me. And it's because of that I have not. Now that Skyrim is fixed, I have not attempted Skyrim because I'm like, no, this is going to be the jankiest of the jankiest versions here. I'm not going to do it.
And like world post Witcher 3, you don't want to go back to Skyrim go back to
and let me tell you, I really, and there are good moments, don't get me wrong, I get it, but it's just not interesting.
How far How far are you going?
I am probably a combine everything, maybe 3.5 hours.
Wow.
So that's
Very
and I
early.
understand. It's a 100-hour game. I get it. But in the same 3.5 hours of Witcher 3, I was already playing Gwent, and I was already hooked, and I had already taken out a fucking
the wyvern or whatever.
no, it was a griffin, the griffin.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And fighting there felt like fighting.
Yeah.
And fighting here just does not feel like fighting. It just it feels like it. You know what? It feels like, and I hate to say this, I get it. It feels like too MMO-ish. You know what I mean? It's just like it feels like you're swinging and it's taking damage, but there is no response
There's
from
no
the person that
connection.
you're.
Your weapons are not connecting. They're more like
It's just taking
the numbers are going down.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't.
Even with that, it had a dragon fight that was pretty epic.
I know you posted it.
Well, I
already
posted it. Yeah, and it looked really good.
Yeah.
It looked really good. But I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Which is why that's probably one of the reasons why I was like, oh, that looks actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And no, couldn't do it.
To be fair, I kind of knew already going in what I was getting into because the first Dragon Age is my favorite RPG of all time.
Really? Above. I guess that's
we had the conversation where it's just I love that world and that the story and it's the only RPG where I really felt transported there.
Okay.
And then I went and read books, about it, and it was really good. I mean, things I was thinking of, and it's not to say that it had like Witcher level of decisions or anything like that. It's just the world drew me in, which is funny considering that every time that game was shown, everything looked so uncharacteristic, so plain, so like most generic,
which is why I was never drawn to it.
Yeah. It's the most generic medieval look, to it. But I don't know what it was, but and the music, fantastic, And then I got slapped into reality with Dragon Age 2, which was total bullshit. It was the worst thing I have ever played, probably. Okay, so anyway, so what I was gonna say is this one, it was interesting. I had a good time. I had a good time, but I kind of knew what I was getting into, and I did play that 100 hours or whatever it required me, and I did do it to the end. And if it wasn't, and if I wasn't not doing EA games anymore, I would be excited for the next Dragon Age just to see what it is.
Fair enough.
But my next game on the series, sir, I'm sorry to say this. This game has been lauded also. Another RPG that has been like up there. And I realized this particular one, this game is good. It's just I started, but I never get the feeling to continue it. And at this point, I don't think I ever will. And it's called Chrono Trigger.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Wow.
There are people right now that are like fainting, and you should be calling 911 on them right now.
Saying, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Splat.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger was a classic. I used to have...
Is a classic.
It's a classic. It's an amazing game. I used to... Back when that game was recent, I used to have a girlfriend that wasn't a gamer, but she loved that game. And she told me all about that game. And she played no games. And that was back in talking about when that was released, like the early night or mid 90s, early 90s. This was Super Nintendo era.
Super Nintendo. It's the early 90s, yeah.
So all this time I've heard nothing but greatness about, man, you like Final Fantasy 7 and Chrono Trigger. Those are the best RPGs of all time. You should really be playing them, yada yada yada. And question, real quick.
Mm-hmm. First time you played it, when was that?
First time I played this, I can't give you a year. I know it was not on the Super Nintendo, or maybe it was it wasn't a Super Nintendo. So it must have been.
Essentially, the window may have already passed.
Yeah, the window definitely passed. Yeah, okay. I did not play this new. I played this probably, if I had to guess, emulator maybe. Mm-hmm. But But yeah, I mean, it's freaking Chrono Trigger.
Because I figured if you had played it at the time, you love Final Fantasy VI.
Yes, I do.
So if you love Final Fantasy VI, there would be no reason why you wouldn't have played it.
I can definitely see it.
But if you never played it at the time, I can see it being difficult to go back.
Like, I have wondered if I should go in and buy the quote unquote fixed version of it now on Steam. That they released it at first and it was terrible, and because it was the port of a mobile version. They have fixed that. Allegedly, they have fixed that. And I wonder if I should jump in and just try it just for the sake of, hey, I got to finish.
It's a long game with multiple endings.
That's awesome.
I don't think. Yeah, but I don't. Honestly, I don't think you're. I don't. I mean, you may suddenly enjoy it, but I don't think you would finish it. So it's just one of those type of things. But
you know me.
I do know you. My next game, sir, is a little title by Rocksteady called Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh, snap. Yeah, that game.
Fuck that game. Okay. And you know what? I know. I praise Rocksteady. And I was excited to see if they were going to announce something this E3. And I guess things weren't ready. It is what it is. What the hell, dude? I did not like in the least Batman Arkham Knight. And I played as much as I could. And I was like, this game is not good. And technically, and graphically, amazing. Dude, it was the most beautiful.
As long as you were not playing on PC, as long as you were playing on PS4, this game was amazing.
This was a beautiful freaking game.
Yeah.
And yet I found zero desire to do any mission at any time. I was like, this is dumb. You have me going across town for no reason to do because, we need to get you in the fucking Batmobile to get you over there. And the Batmobile, while it looked beautiful and all, they over freaking did the Batmobile. It was just, I was like, who built these sewers underneath Gotham and now have racetracks underneath Gotham? That's basically what they were. It was just like,
that was a Riddler. You know?
And don't get me wrong, it's a game. I get it. It's a game, but it was shoehorned too much in to try to fit it. To me, to date, Arkham Asylum is.
That's the quintessential.
And will be my favorite.
That's the quintessential. That is the one.
Yes, and it was focused. It was concise. It was all in one location. The location was big enough to have multiple areas and stuff like that. So it wasn't like you felt like you were claustrophobic because it was like just corridors and all this. No, it was open enough.
Yeah.
It was perfect. They literally struck gold early on, and since then they're still trying to strike gold. Yeah. That's what they're trying to go back and strike the same. Strike another.
Making it bigger world doesn't necessarily mean better.
No, not at all.
And you know what? This game. First of all, I should say also fuck this game because it literally glitched on me at the very end. I beat the last boss. I beat the game, and then you were supposed to take one more action to close and watch credits. To close it all. And all right, I'm not gonna spoil anything like that. The thing is, it glitched in a hard way because it corrupted my save. Basically, I could not finish. It kept saying that I could not reach the end until I did at least seven things. It was 7 particular missions that I needed to make.
To get the full ending,
to get to get the real ending, you needed to do all 12 of them. It was something like that, but I might be messing the numbers up. But let's say it was 12 of them, but at least 7 to get the ending. To get a proper ending. So I had done 11. I was one short because one of the mission that would have completed my 12 and my true ending had to do with completing every single Riddler puzzle. That was, it was like 250 of them. I was not going to waste time doing all of them. That at that point, that feels like trophy hunting, which I don't do. I don't care. So I was okay with just give me the normal ending and see the credits. And I missed the full credits. The real one, I'll just watch it on YouTube. And no. I couldn't because he kept saying that I was missing, that I needed to do 7 and I have 11. So fuck that game for that. you're absolutely right. The Batmobile was crap. The reveal, even though fans of the series, I know they would have seen this a mile away. They knew already what it was from the very beginning. I did not. So when I discovered the reveal, I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it. You know, that part. But
they what happened was to me it was lazy writing, because it was like you took an already existing storyline, switched one thing, and called it new.
Yeah,
it's like, no, this is not new, dude. This is not.
Yeah. So my next game, this is a game also. Just I shouldn't continue saying that all of these games are the highly lauded ones, but I also feel shame for having played it and not enjoy it. Tenchu.
Who?
Tenchu.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Tenchu. I think it has a name. It's Tenchu.
Self-Assassins.
Self-Assassins,
Yeah.
is it? That what?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one, anyway.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, the first one. Yeah, and I was thinking between putting this and Resident Evil, but the Resident Evil one. I mean, the Resident Evil. I don't care enough to feel like, oh my god, I missed out. You know, whatever. I only played 4 to completion, and that's the only one that I care of. But Tenchu, I realize it's good. People talk highly about it. I don't know how good. Maybe not tense or anything like that. But it is a game where
But it has
people
nostalgic
have good memories.
Good
of.
memory, yeah.
And yeah, not with me.
I remember Tenchu, and it technically first time it was actually really, really fascinating, especially the whole assassinating people part.
Yeah.
It was
That was
actually
awesome.
pretty cool.
With a couple of shots. It was not. Yeah.
Exactly. It was realistic in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that. It's a stealth game, which I know you're not big on stealth game, especially when you screw up and suddenly they're all chasing you and your score actually goes down because you've been found and all this. That can get a little annoying. So I can understand that. So, all right, so we're running a little low on time, so I'm just gonna sort of rapid fire these last few here because there's a couple of comments that I want.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm enjoying this, so we don't have to wrap it. We could go faster.
Yeah.
Just say one, and then I say one, and then you say one.
Okay. So another game that was again real well received. The game Firewatch from Campo Santo.
Oh, you played that though?
Yes, I did.
And I thought you beat it.
I did completed it too.
And
I did not like it.
Oh.
And I
didn't know we were doing this. Okay.
Like
it.
I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't. It was. I didn't. And it was. I was excited for it because it looked good. It was on the Unity engine, and it chugged. The Unity engine chugged little, so it wasn't. It wasn't optimized, which I was a little upset about. It had good elements, but it was leading to something, and it felt like it was going to be bigger, and it just wasn't. And I just, it fell short for me. So yeah, Firewatch.
So Firewatch, Shenmue.
Shenmue?
Shenmue. If you like that game, you like bad games. That's all I have to say about that.
So everybody likes bad games. What'd you say?
It's the world, in this world that we live in.
In this world that we live in, yes. Well, funny you should say that. Another one. This War of Mine.
Oh, what? What's wrong with you?
I know. What's
wrong? That's a great. Well, I shouldn't say.
We all know it's great. I'm not saying it's not great. I just did not like it. I don't like when you have to be so meticulous with your hunger and your health.
You don't like the micromanaging.
Yeah, it's a lot of micromanaging, and it's a survivor game on top of that. This War of Mine, if you don't know, is a side-scrolling post-war type of scenario. Think of
very
Beirut.
realistic.
But think of survivors living within the rubble of Beirut as Beirut is happening. You know what I mean? And so that's the type of scenario you're looking for food, you're looking for weapons. Sometimes you're trying to barter with people.
Not a feel-good game either.
No, not a feel-good game on top of that.
I was playing a game from the same makers, which I think I talked to you about, if not to Shadow, Frostpunk.
Yeah, you mentioned
that. It's also that same feeling of, oh man, this is
and you have to start it a few times.
This is bad, and it's all my fault because I don't know how to manage properly. I'm so bad. Yeah. My next one is Dishonored. Dishonored? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to like that game because I love the fact that it's steampunk, and and it looks to be an interesting story, but I could not get past the art style. The art style to me was so bad that just the characters themselves look too silly for me to take seriously. And it's not that I don't enjoy stylization, and it's not even like these characters are so stylized or anything like that.
No.
They just had this look that it was too elongated and weird. I don't know what I don't know. I did not like it. Plus, it was a lot of stealth elements.
There were caricatures, instead of characters.
Yeah.
And the stealth element, which that said, I would tell you to still try Dishonored 2 because the way Dishonored 2 is to Dishonored 1, the way Assassin's Creed 2 is to the Assassin's Creed 1.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I would suggest
good.
that for you.
That's good. And do I have to care about what happens on the first game?
No.
All right, then I'm in.
Next game, The Evil Within. Shinji Mikami's.
That game was bad. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay, fine. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there because it was very well received. So well received, it got a sequel, which was even better, evidently. But I'm like, you lost me at the first one. So.
These are the same people that probably like Chemu still. I'm
enough.
kidding, guys. I know we have a lot of Chemu fans. I'm sort of kidding.
Sort of kidding.
But this one, but this one that you just mentioned, what did you just mention just now?
The Evil Within.
The Evil Within, The Evil Within. It was mixed at best, because I saw some reviews that we're saying they were fine. All the reviews were like, no, what is this crap? Like maybe they were expecting Resident Evil or something else. I don't know. It didn't look like it reviewed well enough for me to go like, okay, I probably don't care about this.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna close with this one because the other two I'm not really too much. But Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry.
A specific one or the first one?
Let's just say the series. In
general.
The series in general. Even though I didn't play 3 or 4.
Not called DMC.
No, exactly. So not to bring an old argument again, but I feel like DMC was finally the revitalization of this series. It looks like it was going in a good place. It was Alex.
Oh, Alexa. Okay.
Yeah. Now you say her name. Now she's gonna be waiting for something for. Anyway, I did enjoy that that game. The first one, it was very frustrating because. First of all, the character, his attitude was kind of silly, but I was okay, with it because it was the first time that I was playing him. And it was cool to see, this person's shooting and then using his sword. That's kind of badass. So let's try it. And then I played up to the first level. I think it was the first level boss was like a spider. And dude, I don't know why that fucking spider kept kicking my ass, and I could not pass it. I spent a good chunk of hours. The same day that I bought it, and I think I said this this story many times before on the podcast. The same day that I bought it, and I played it, I got so frustrated that this was the first time that I ever rage quit in this sense, because I literally grabbed the disc and I crushed it in my hand.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And that was the level of angry that I got with it. And from there on, I just didn't want to. So I realized that most of the animosity that I had towards the game is self-inflicted, But that said, I was also the character looked kind of silly, like, he's eating pizza and now he's like battling guys and he's like too cool, and it looks like he had a tooth, which is funny to mention because if anything, that character from DMC has a tooth in reality. So I don't know why I connected with this other character better.
Yeah.
But I think it's just not seeing this old Dante, just seeing this new Dante was kind of cool. Plus, I like the fact that he had and he is battling Fox News, or their version of Fox News, which was almost exactly like Fox News, and enough to warrant a lawsuit. And then one of the bosses is almost a splitting image of Bill O'Reilly.
Oh, wow.
So it was like, dude.
So it was on purpose.
This could not be more commentary. And this is before this is when the game got, was released, back before this whole political thing. It was just, it was just hilarious to see, like, these people lie to you, and this drink that is supposed this corporations that are selling you these drinks that are supposedly enslaving you and stuff like that. It was a ridiculous story, but it was really well done. But that's the only one that I like. I did not like the other ones. Now that's it. Real quick. I did this new announcement has me looking forward for the new Devil May Cry 5. Yeah, it does look cool. Hopefully they'll do something different, with it. Not enough to piss off the fans, because you saw what happened.
It is what it is. Yeah.
But enough to get me probably excited about this Dante.
Fair enough.
And The Witcher 3, because it's janky as hell. No, I'm kidding. It's not janky. It is a little bit janky.
Sir,
though.
You are janky.
Ouch.
So we're going to go to some comments that was brought up. I'm going to start here actually with the Instagram, Good Game Gamer Group Instagram account. Joshing17.
I know that dude.
Yeah.
I think.
Josh Morales. Says Shadow of Mordor.
What? Yeah.
The first Shadow of Mordor. I can actually kind of agree with
Shadow
that. You
of
take
Mordor.
away the good fighting that it has. What else does it have?
Yeah, because it don't
So
have
that's a
great
boring
story.
ass fucking game, is what it is.
I agree with you.
100%. The Battle Mage says Fallout 4.
Oh my God, Fallout
That's
4
interesting.
is not for everyone. Yeah, I guess it's not for everyone when you think about it. But
No, I don't. I like it, so it but it is what it is. I understand it's not for everybody. It does have that fucking Bethesda jank,
Yes,
and if
it
you're
does.
not into Bethesda jank, you're not going to be into this. so.
Yeah.
And then finally, from the Instagram account, we have the Crud, which steps in with BioShock.
Oh my God, that is shocking.
Talk about a shock.
That is shocking.
Whoa,
He did
okay.
not like one of the best stories of
I mean, if he's a shooter guy, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Crud is. This is Seth.
Yeah.
If he's a shooter guy, I can understand, because let's be real,
The
BioShock
shooting
has
is
never,
terrible.
it's not been
the
good on
shooting
shooting.
was terrible.
But it wasn't about that. So and if he wasn't pulled in by the story, and he just walked past all the audio logs, it is like
what are
we
left
doing
with,
here?
really?
Yeah.
It's just you walking
You're
through some
just
sewers
under the sea.
under the sea. Let's be real.
Exactly. So, and then on the Instagram account, we have Mr. Jason Fariello chiming in, and I'm going to start with his
The part that we could-
long didn't read because I'm nice and Arnaldo is old, man. With reading problems, I'm going to do him a favor. Skyrim. He says he does not understand why people love it. Combat is slow, game is boring. Found better games that are like that. We're sadly stomped out by Skyrim, like Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning.
Yes,
Which
Kingdoms of
to him
Amalur
was a superior game.
It was. It had a really good fighting. Really good.
If I was able, and I guess I could probably do it through the PlayStation Now. I'd like to revisit I'd like to visit Kingdoms of Amalur. I just don't know how it holds up now. So
it should be decent. I would think.
okay.
I mean, that was the company that got under.
yeah.
Had
There you
the
go. So
issues
we're
with-
not seeing anything.
with the state of Ohio, was it?
Maryland, maybe.
Maryland?
Something like that.
It was the baseball player.
Baltimore or something.
Dude, this happened a long time ago. We're not gonna know what we're talking about. Let's just say,
Something happened.
something happened, and
And there you go.
Then the company went under.
He also mentioned Zelda.
Zelda, yeah.
and he just said Zelda overall here. Everybody loves it. I don't know what it is. I just have never been able to get into the Zelda series. There are a few of the games I do like, but as a whole, I just don't care for the series, which I normally would enjoy a fantasy game like it, but I don't. So I kind of feel bad about it. Sorry I haven't posted a Hot Topic for a while. Either I missed it and saw it too late, or I've been busy, been trying my best to see them. Anyway, there you go, Pappy. Short and sweet. Like your broom juice.
He is back. Jason is back.
I miss Jason. Damn
Jason.
It. Thank you so much for chiming in.
Jason.
I don't have any other ones here regarding games that were missed. Do you have anything else you want to throw out there before we close it out?
No, man. That someday I will. I played The Witcher 2.
Oh, forget
someday
it.
I will get to Witcher 3.
No, you say, it took me, was it 2 years to play Witcher 2?
It came out 2 years after. Oh no, like maybe a year after it came out. Maybe
it's
2
been
years.
3 years.
Oh, then
you're not gonna fucking play it. You're not gonna play it. I should just spoil the shit out of it for you because you're not gonna fucking play it.
Yeah, he takes his suit and he is a lady. I already know. See?
Yeah, exactly.
I already know.
And his name is Samus.
Yes.
So that brings us to the end of a wonderful episode, the real episode 114. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. As always, please go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. And please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with all your friends. Por favore. This is Maddog signing off for this week. Mr. Santos.
If you have one thing to do this weekend, go watch Whiplash.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
And do not watch Annihilation. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
GG!
GG every day.